Hello everyone. Today I will present an analysis of public service in Indonesia, focusing on the school zoning system of PPDB, and the presentation I will also explain how blockchain technology can be used as a potential solution to improve this system. Before we go into started, let me introduce myself. My name is Helen Kezia Nofitri Siahaan with NEM 2023-32035. First of all, we will talk about the background. The PPDB zoning system aims to create equal access to education. However, its implementation still faces issues in the data integrity, transparency, and centralized system. If we look deeper, these problems are actually interconnected. For example, address manipulation happens because the system cannot fully verify whether the data is truly valid. At the same time, data inconsistency between institutions shows that there is no single, reliable source of truth. This situation creates confusion and makes people question the fairness of the system. And then the key problems in the PPDB system. We have four key problems in here. First of all is address manipulation, then data inconsistency, lack of transparency, and centralized system dependency. These problems may look separate, but they are actually connected. When the system allows data manipulation, it weakens trust. When data is inconsistent, it becomes difficult to make fair decisions. And when the process is not transparent, people start to assume that the system is unfair, even if it is not always the case. So I am here with Bayesian analysis. The Byzantine analysis is multiple actors will be involved, like government, schools, and parents, and not all actors can be trusted. Data may be invalid or manipulated, so the main issue is lack of trust. To understand this situation more clearly, we can use the Byzantine problem concept. This concept explains a condition where multiple parties must agree, but some of them may provide incorrect or misleading information. In the PPDB system, its actor behaves like a node, and the problem is not that all nodes can be trusted. In the PPDCB system, this creates instability in the system. So we have a system challenge in here. For challenge is uncertainty of trust, complex coordination, risk of invalid data, and centralized system risk. Because of this condition, the system faced deeper challenge beyond technical issues, and the biggest challenge is maintaining trust in a system where trust is naturally low. In addition, coordination between multiple institutions becomes complicated, especially when data is not consistent. This makes the system fragile and vulnerable to both errors and manipulation. So here, I have a blockchain as a solution. Why we have to choose blockchain? Because the blockchain had a decentralization, immutable data, transparency, and consensus mechanisms. Blockchain replaces trust with a system verification. Blockchain offers a different approach to solving these problems. Instead of relying on trust between actors, it builds trust in the system itself. Data is verified collectively, not by a single authority. Once data is recorded, it cannot be changed, which prevents manipulation. So the system no longer asks who can we trust, but instead ensures that the system itself is trustworthy. So now I introduce you to the system design in here. I have a flow that you can understand. First of all, the student will be registered and input their personal data such as address, grades, and supporting documents. Next, this data is verified by related institutions such as school and government agencies to ensure its validity. Once verified, this data is stored in the blockchain network where it's distributed and cannot be altered. Then smart contract automatically process the selection based on predefined rules without human intervention. And finally, the results are displayed. Transparency can be accessed by both students and the public. This entire process ensures that the system is secure, transparent, and accountable. So, for the system advance in here, we have high transparency, strong data security, preference manipulation, and no single point of failure. To the conclusion, In conclusion, the main issue is the PPDB system is not just technical but structural. The lack of trust between actors makes the system difficult to manage. By using a Bayesian perspective, we can see why this problem continues to occur. Blockchain provides a strong solution by ensuring integrity, transparency, and fairness through a decentralized system. So here we are. We have the conclusion, and this become the end. I'm so sorry because if I have really fast to read in here and explain to you guys, but thank you guys for watching and thank you for your attention. See you guys in next video. Bye bye.